Oh man,
Hey,
yo man, we branded.
We ready? Oh wait, you pulled that out real quick.
Yeah. Oh no,
I
not
didn't
quick.
even know.
I didn't even do it quick. That one was I had to be done. Listen,
Okay.
yo, we went to an event, and they not event. Yeah.
What?
We were watching the replay of an event, and they were using our theme song.
Yes, they were. Oh my gosh, that joke was hilarious. So it's like,
They were using
okay.
our theme song. That's crazy. What's good, family? Talk to us in the chat. I see a couple of y'all have joined us. We love to see it. Love to see it. This is Incubators Couch, unscripted, vulnerable conversations with entrepreneurs and small businesses.
Just like you. Just like
go.
you. And man, we've got a good host rant for y'all today. I can't
Oh,
do to get into it.
it's fresh.
Cannot wait.
It's fresh. But no, listen, even as we get ready to get into it, y'all just go ahead and do share is what I want to say. Share and share again.
Hi,
Tiffany
Tiffany.
Draper's in the chat. What's going on, Tiffany?
Hi,
Deborah
Deborah.
Brewer. Listen, Deborah, we're gonna put the moderator
We
tag
are
on you.
ready.
Straight
I know,
up.
right?
You are one of our regulars. We love it. Got to send you. We got to get you out some gear. We got to make this thing happen. 8 of you guys on the live already. We love it. All right, let's get into our host rant. Let's go.
It's quick. It's quick. We're back. Come on, jam with us.
Okay.
Let's get into it. You want to start the music?
Oh, yes. I'm just thinking about the host rant.
Ooh, the host rant this week, y'all. It's fresh.
Man,
Real
Doc,
fresh.
it is.
Real
It's
fresh.
crazy. All right, so let me just first say the host rant is our. See, the whole thing, the Incubators Couch idea, the concept is you want to get this stuff off your chest.
Yes.
You want to. You don't internalize
Don't hold it
it.
in.
Don't hold those
in. We need
things.
to let it out.
Let those things out because.
Yes.
In doing so, you are also helping yourself, but you're also probably giving some release to someone else as well.
I know.
So the host rant is our section of the show where we get to kind of talk about some things that are pet peeves to us, annoyances, things that we have noticed.
Yes, and we know you can
And
definitely
we
resonate
know
with
you
us.
can resonate with us.
real.
So take it away.
Y'all. The title is, I need to say it nicely. So let me go back to my notes.
Nah.
Let me go.
All right, she's going
Okay,
to the notes.
your emergency is not my emergency. That's where
Oh,
we're going to
no.
start off
Listen,
on.
I think that's good. She's being so
I'm being nice.
kind. So
I'm
kind.
being nice.
I just am always blown away when somebody feels like I have done. You're the one that did this service for me, and now, 20 years later, no, not really, but a very long time later, it's still on me to fix the thing because it broke.
And let us add, they are not paying on a regular basis to
They're not even
maintain said
maintaining-
service.
We're not on any kind of contract.
Nothing.
They're not in coaching. They're not in anything.
You are not a regular
You are
paying
not a client. Not even you're what we would
You
call
are
a
not.
former client.
Former client.
And the former client experience wasn't stellar. It wasn't stellar. And you want extra and above and beyond.
So what I wanted to relate that to is, okay, if you purchase software online from a company, and typically when you go to get support, you go on their support page. If you're using the free version, y'all know what I'm talking about. It
Y'all
usually
already know.
says you can either go to our knowledge base or you can send an email and you will get a response within 5 to 7 business days. But if you are a paid customer, which they will say, oh, we'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours.
Everybody knows this.
And likewise is how you need to relate to your business person.
Yeah.
If you are not a regularly paying client, you need to chill. You need to relax. You can wait about 5 to 7 business days before we get back to you.
So
Don't be coming on some, oh, I need this done now, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I have not heard from you within 1 to 2 days. Like, you need to be easy.
I just don't understand how people be out here managing their stuff and then take to the interwebs to now start asking questions as if
I want a so-and-so responsible, communicative person to do this because blah, 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 blah. Whole breaks. Flip the tables. Are you that client? No, because you're not. Because said client takes a couple months to respond to an email where I'm waiting on you to get back to me on stuff.
The thing that just boggles my mind, I don't know what's going on with my eye.
And payment wise,
yes,
where is the money?
That's what boggles my mind is that dude, this person, this lady, no, this man, this child, this person is broke. They are on some help me out type joint.
And what's even worse is when the table is turned, we are always expected to take it easy on that person. Like, don't worry about it. I understand your situation. You know, you can pay me when you can. No. But when the tables are flipped, they don't care nothing. They don't remember that you were like easy with them. You treated them well when they were in a hard time. None of that matters now at this point, which is so jacked up. And I'm so tired of it, y'all. I'm tired of it.
We love having you on the couch. Listen, this thing, let me put a 5 in the chat. If you have ever experienced a scenario with a client where you have done what could only be described as going above and beyond.
Come on.
Accommodating.
Yes.
I mean, they did not purchase any of your extra services, but they wanted hand holding. They wanted all of the assistance and help that they could possibly get. They want dopeness and they ain't dope. If that's you, put a 5 in the chat because I'm going to tell you right now.
And all of a sudden they have amnesia. They don't remember any of that.
What are you talking about?
So they want to be like,
what happened?
oh.
No. Is that what happened? Yes, that's what happened. Yes, that's what happened. We got some 5s in the chat. I love it.
So my warning is, y'all, when you see those posts on social media like, oh, I'm looking for a person that's so and so and so and so, beware. Those people that post that kind of stuff, beware, y'all, because they're a bad client.
Yeah.
Good clients don't do that mess.
Beware.
They don't do that mess.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
I mean, just reach out to your circle and ask for somebody. You can't do that because you done pissed off everybody. You done burned all your bridges. That's the challenge. That's a challenge. I just wish that, man, if these clients could just come with like a little tag above their heads. It's like, yo, I'm trash.
For real.
I am trash. I'm just trash. Good evening to you as well, Micah Flemings. Thank you so much for coming through.
And then, sorry.
No, go ahead.
And another thing is, those people, they don't respect your boundaries.
Yeah.
Because they're going to call your mama. They're going to send you a message at 12 p.m. at night. They're going to send you a message on the weekend and then fuss and rant when you do not respond. Sir, it's the weekend. It's not business hours. You are not going to get a response. Yeah. And they want to be upset about it. They do not respect your boundaries.
Yeah. Man, sending messages through mutual friends and whatnot. Even the mutual friends is like, bruh, I don't even want to be doing this, but they asked me to, get a message through. Listen to this. The mutual friend told me that I was unwilling to give them your number. That's how you know you trash. Even the random folk, you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy don't even have anything to do with the business. The random dude is like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I don't want to get involved in this. Hey, I know you know so-and-so. Can you reach out to him? No. Yeah, I can. Hey, can you give me his number? No, I can't give you his number.
No.
I'll tell him that you're looking for him. Man.
And then you want to come on some, I don't got the fun right now. This and that.
Nah.
You got to be kidding me, y'all. You got to be kidding me.
Nah, bruh. Listen,
if you can relate, y'all, put something
in the chat.
I see
it in the chat already. Listen, clientzillas abound. They abound. This is just what I've come to realize. Like, they are all over the place. But on the flip of that, and we're gonna get into our resources of the week in just a second. But on the flip, man, I have a client that is so dope. Just like, thank you, Jesus. This is what God
For
does,
real, though.
He will give you
Equalize
these
that
trash
Trash.
clients, and then he'll be like, oh, but I got
For
you over
real.
here, and you're like, dang.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
true.
like he's trying to build character. I don't know. He's trying to
He's teaching us some things.
leading us in the
For
paths
real.
of righteousness for his name's sake. All right, let me stop. All right, fam. Listen. But I'm glad you guys could allow us to just kind of vent real quick. 12 of you guys on the live, we love it. Go ahead and share. We're gonna get ready to share our resource of the week. Then we're gonna get into our Incubator Spotlight, and then we'll be good. Oh man, Darius, okay, and you got us laughing already. Let's get into resource of the week. Resource of the week is Easy Email Cleanup.
Yes, and it's called unenroll.me. I thought it was so cool.
Unenroll.me. Yeah.
That's a nice name.
It's like a sentence.
Yeah. But it's a
Unenroll.me.
URL.
That's
a
the
domain.
URL.
It's really cool.
Keep, unsubscribe, roll up.
up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So this platform, it's really cool. And I know some of you guys might be like privacy issues, but the good thing is you can easily remove access as soon as you use the service.
Yeah.
You know, just a little idea. Just use it for one thing and then remove it immediately. So the whole premise behind it is you get a lot of junk emails, stuff that you did not subscribe to, that other people subscribed you to, and your inbox is overflowing. Like I have an inbox right now. I'm like, oh my goodness.
You can't even keep up.
I got a couple thousands of emails in there.
It's
and
ridiculous.
Majority of them are stuff that I did not subscribe to. So what Unenroll Me does is once you install it into your email, it works with Gmail, Outlook, a bunch of different stuff. It will go through in like 5 minutes. It'll go through and show you the list of all the subscriptions you have. And with the click of a button, you can bulk unsubscribe or go through them one by one.
Wait. But fam, did you hear?
Bulk unsubscribe.
And what is the price?
Free.
Yeah.
It's
I
free.
just wanted to make sure.
It's by the Nielsen company. I know if you've heard of them, they're the ones who do all those surveys and stuff like that. Same company. So you go in, you can do bulk, or if you want to keep a subscription, what is really cool is you can have it send you a digest of those emails that you want to keep.
Yeah.
So, and it can
edit the subscription.
Yes. And it can be sent to you out of the three options: in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night. So maybe in the evening, you're like, I want to catch up on those subscription emails. It'll send it to you at a certain time. You pick the time, and then you can just go through those, whatever ones you have subscribed to.
I love that.
So it's really cool. And like on the screen right now, it says you can edit your subscription right from that platform. You don't have to go to the actual website or wherever you subscribe to originally.
But it not only unsubscribes, it actually cleans up.
Yes, it does.
So there's a whole clean up feature.
All of
so
it.
those thousands and thousands of messages that you're never going, it'll get rid of them. It'll get rid of them. And it does it in a way that doesn't, it's not left for you to do anything with it. It's done. So but yes, and we started by saying, it does require you to give it access to your email, which for some people may not be a thing. I know I have a client right now that's a lawyer. They could never use a product like this. But I'm just saying, for those, like for my, listen, put a 2 in the chat if you have a junk email.
Yep. That's the one I'm talking about.
Because I have an email address. It's like, hey, if anybody says, hey, so it says they need an email address, I give them that one.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. If you have that email, God bless you, because you're not getting a response from me, because I don't check that joint. And so if you have a junk email, like she's about to unleash this thing on her junk email account.
It's bad.
So that's what I mean is like, we're not talking. So yes, we have work emails, and hopefully your work email hasn't been overrun with subscriptions. I see a 2 in the chat already, but I will say, for those personal emails and for those junk emails, the junk email accounts, I should say, definitely that was not supposed to happen. But definitely for the junk emails or junk email accounts, you would want to make sure you put something like this in there and allow it to clean it up every now and again. I love the last feature there. It says roll up revamp. Don't want to unsubscribe, but also don't want to keep a subscription in your inbox. No worries. Roll it up and unroll me will notify you whenever you have new emails in your roll up. I think that's so dope.
That's
right
really
there.
cool.
Oh man, we got
Really
many.
cool.
I see him. This is my
lot of
crowd. This
twos.
is my crowd.
Hey,
So
y'all.
clearly I'm in the right place. All of you guys have a junk email address, and yeah. That's exactly what I do. I have a junk email address, and if I tell you, if you hear anything from me that says anything like Yahoo, you just need to know. Oh dang, Kirk, you not gonna give me the real email address? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You can hit me here.
But for those who have business emails that are like out of hand and you just want to get a quick cleanup real quick, install it, clean it up, uninstall it.
And there's some YouTube videos out there as well that will kind of help you, let you know how some people have used it. Quick cleanup of your email and then uninstall it, get it out of there, and you can kind of go on your way.
True.
So definitely some things we're looking forward to. Listen, fam, we're not going to belabor the point any longer. Several of you have come. We know there are guests of our there are people watching tonight that are guests of our guest. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so we're going to get into our Incubator Spotlight and then the therapy session. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Draper, owner of Studio 53 Huntsville. We are located at 6200 Maston Lake Road, Suite A, in the beautiful Huntsville, Alabama. If you are looking for an event space or a good time, I urge you to visit our website at www.studio53huntsville.com. There you'll find information such as pricing, how to book, and pictures of recently held events here in the studio. We're looking forward to talking with you and meeting you soon. See you later.
Man, listen, you know one of the things I love about Incubators Couch is meeting entrepreneurs, meeting business owners, meeting people who literally are walking on water, because that's what you got to do in order to take the leap of faith and start a business. And we're excited that we are here with Tiffany today.
Hey.
What's good?
Hey guys.
If y'all don't know, Tiffany is well known in the Huntsville community.
Yes, she is.
Yes,
Yes, she
are.
is.
Yes, you are. She's doing amazing things, and we're just excited that she's here with us.
Thank you.
And we're just going to ask her to tell you guys a little bit more about who
Yeah.
she
You saw the
is, what
video.
she does.
You can see the handle on the screen in front of her, but we do want to make sure you hear from her, right? So tell us a little bit about you
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here today. My name is Tiffany Draper, and I am a native of Huntsville, Alabama. I'm an entrepreneur. Have a few businesses, but most namely Studio 53, which is the event venue in Huntsville, Alabama. Excited, but I know bigger is on the way. So let's get it.
Man, listen, and for those who are in Huntsville, you all know Studio 53. Y'all know. I know y'all know. Because y'all know y'all like me. So, and yes, it is that Studio 53. If you're thinking like, wait, is it? Yes, it's that one. So we're excited to have her with us today, man. Listen, the Incubators Couch, you already know what we do. You already know how we roll in terms of the therapy session that this segment of the show is. And we want to chat with you a little bit about your business and some of the experiences you've had. And of course, we want to hear a story.
I'm ready.
Our regulars are settling in on the couch right around now. They're like, all right.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. So we're handing the mic over to you, and we want to get into this story.
So like I told Kanique earlier, I have several stories to be exact, but there was a particular incident that I had with a client, and I'll just say that it has I was a bit traumatized by it for a little bit because it was around Thanksgiving. And one of the things that I really pride myself on, one, is providing great customer service, and two, being able to retain clients, right? We want them to come back.
Absolutely.
I want you to have a good time. I want you to enjoy and then write a great review, 5-star, that says, I'm going to come back,
That's
right?
it.
Well, this particular client was like, no, I want to have the event Thanksgiving weekend, actually, to be exact, Black Friday. And I was like, ugh. And knowing fully well that myself and my family were always out of town for Thanksgiving. We're in Detroit. And so I was like, I don't know about this. I'm not going to be here. You know, I like to be really hands-on with my business. But I have an employee in place who's actually a family member of mine who does a phenomenal job. I've groomed her to be me in essence, right?
Now let me just pause right there to come back to the audience to say there's a number of nuggets of wisdom that's already been shared. Retention, review, customer service, that what do you want that client engagement to be, and then scaling.
That's what I was gonna say.
Scaling, because we were talking about a friend, we won't name them, who has not scaled, and their quality has taken a hit because they're getting a lot of demand, but they don't have capacity to respond to that demand. So all of what you're hearing, even in this story, there are things there that are, as they say, success leaves clues. And what we're seeing is some of those, that recipe for success. But thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. I didn't even realize I was dropping on
that. No, we're already in there.
So, you know, in an abundance of, I guess, I just wanted to be cautious, right? To make sure that we could still provide the same quality of service, whether it was Black Friday or whether it was just a regular Friday in November, right? And so I told her what we were up against or what we were going to do. And this is the layout. This is the plan. And she said, okay, I got it. So I boarded my plane to Detroit the day before Thanksgiving. And on that Friday night of Black Friday, the day of the party, I got 3 or 4 phone calls. And the first phone call was, hey, I'm never going to rent from you again. And I was like,
really?
Now imagine my displeasure because I'm in the middle of, you know, just enjoying Thanksgiving. Yes, Thanksgiving, right? It's a happy time. Not so happy time now. And so my first thought was, what is going on? So I called my employee and I said, hey, is everything okay? She said, no, the lady is upset with me because I moved her items closer toward the door. And I said, well, why did you do that? And she said, well, I did that because I was trying to help her meet her time of being out on time so that she wouldn't be charged an additional fee. And I said, okay. I said, well, 2 things. I said, first, let's not ever touch the client's items. 2, let's remind the client well prior to the ending time that they have this amount of time left, right? So that they are aware and understand. Now, the third thing would be if they wanted to stay there a little bit longer and they were willing to pay that fee, then fine, we'll do that, right?
Absolutely,
She didn't do that. She has to be out at 10. She's not out. The party didn't end to 9:45. I'm just trying to help her. And I said, okay. So I got on the phone with the client. I said, look, I'm sorry that this is happening. I said, she is right, but you are right too. In a lot of ways. I said, but here's the main thing. Is everything okay? Are you okay? And she says, yes, I'm fine, but I'm cleaning up. And I told her that I was trying to get out. I said, now, she's just trying to make sure that you're not going to be charged for it. And she said, I understand that. I don't mind paying for the money. I said, well, if you don't mind paying for the money, it's totally fine. How much more time do you need? And she said, I don't know. And I said, okay. I said, well, we kind of got to know how much time. That way we can know when to tell our employees what time they'll be leaving for the night. Because again, this is a holiday still. And they're still working, but they work for me, right? So if she's going to be here to midnight, when she actually thought that she was going to leave at 10, I've got to be able to say that, right? If the security guard needs to stay here a little bit longer,
those logistics.
We have hourly rates, right? You know, so we have to. And she goes, well, I'm going to go. I'm just going to go and I'm not going to clean anything up. I said, well, I just want to let you know that if you do that, then you will not get your deposit back. I just want to make sure that we're clear on that. She said, it's fine. She said, I can't wait to write a bad review about your business. I said, well, I'm sorry to hear that. And I really wish that we could work this out a different way. I said, but if you have to, do what you need to do. I mean, what do you say?
Nothing else you can say. And I think you've been very professional in how you handled that whole situation.
There's so much here. This is a masterclass. We could do at least 3 episodes off of this because it's the client relation, it's the conversation, it's being clear, it's reminding, there is also the piece with the employee as well.
Right.
Yes,
and I
that
think,
too.
A lot of times we don't take the opportunities for those to be learning experiences.
Right.
Yes.
But then it's like, you can, there is a scenario where you can do all the right things, fam. And people just are set in, you're terrible and I'm going to, write as such. And those reviews are not hard to get. I just want to
No, they're not.
put a 5 in the chat if you know that it's not hard to get the bad reviews. It's not.
Oh my
Like, people
goodness.
will find wherever they need to find to write the bad review, but when it's a good review, you got to chase them down.
can't get a new one.
That's
Hey,
right.
can you write a
Like,
oh man,
come
you were so phenomenal.
Right.
Can you write that though?
Can you write that?
I just need that.
We've been
written.
asking people, please.
Can you
write
tell
the
people
review.
that you had a good
Good
time?
time. We'd love for
But
you to
they're
be able.
so quick to be like, I had such a terrible time.
Yeah.
Same instance where we went to Stand Up Live, and this is a separate conversation, but me and my boyfriend, we went to Stand Up Live, and the waiter treated him so bad. We didn't even make it out of the parking lot. He was in the car
Typing that
writing.
review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People will leave a bad
Yep.
review way faster
Way
than a
faster.
good
That's
one.
so true.
Way
So,
faster.
that is so
and
true.
and we even as you deal with other businesses, even as a consumer or from business to business, you do have to take that into account. Like, you see a bad review and you're like,
Yeah.
does that really
Really,
represent
Right.
this business? And so, there's a balancing act that's there as well.
There
But I
is.
just,
Yeah.
I love the way you dealt with her.
Yeah, you did.
I love the way that, you made sure those reminders are so critical. Sometimes people will say, well, I'm just going to do this. And the knee-jerk reaction is just to say, well, okay, that's okay.
Right.
And you just want to let them go because you want that moment to end. But reminding them, like, I just want to be clear that if you do take that course of action,
Right.
that this is what's going to happen.
This is what's next.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself allows them to be certain of what their next step is. They're making that decision
Yeah.
with full awareness. This is what's going to happen.
And you made that extremely clear.
I'm very transparent with my business because I need people to know what it is.
Yeah.
That way they can't say that they didn't know.
No,
right? And one of the things that I've learned is that before people have their events at the facility, now since that event, I've implemented where we actually have a phone conversation.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on now. This
See?
is the nuggets,
There it
y'all.
is.
We're
There
going
it
to start
is.
checking
Right
the
here.
list off of
Yeah.
things that need
Yes.
to be done. Not only that, there is a big poster on the wall down the hallway that says, before you leave the premises, before you
on
leave our
now.
facility,
Make sure these
these
are
are the
done.
things that needs to be completed or done. And my thing is, now you've had it reiterated to you 3 or 4 different times now. So if you decide to walk out of here without doing any of these things, then it's really on you.
Really
Yeah,
is.
it really is.
It really
It
is,
is. Oh man, that is good. Those takeaways are excellent. I mean, and I think we've said it here on Incubators Couch many times before. If you don't do that postmortem on the engagement, good or bad,
Yes.
good
That's
or
true,
bad,
yeah.
then sometimes you don't get a chance to really realize the lessons that you can take and implement, and then
Yes.
take your business and the experience
Right.
to another level.
Right.
Having that pre-call, we've learned,
Yes.
is
Yeah, we have-
non-negotiable.
Oh, yes.
It was like, man,
too.
that discovery call there. It is.
Yeah.
I don't charge for it, but
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah,
I
you need it.
need it.
Yes,
you know,
and
so.
even after that, going the extra mile, having another pre-engagement call just to
Yeah.
make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yep.
We have everything that we
Yep.
need.
That's right.
It's highly necessary.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And
I'll-
I actually,
go ahead.
I just want to say, I actually thought at one point, like, am I drilling it in their heads? But I think that it's necessary to take care of the business
Yes.
side of it first so that I can be very clear on saying that I know that I crossed every T and dotted
Yeah.
every I.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
There's some. Before we go to some of the other things that you may have pulled from this particular experience, there's one thing I wanted to touch on, and that is the fact that business owners and entrepreneurs bleed too. I think you said it earlier, and you may have said it once or twice. And again, this is what this space is about for entrepreneurs, business owners to be able to have that release. Is that this was a traumatic experience because now Thanksgiving is a reminder that this took place, and I those are the things I'm like, man, for her to leave that message. Black Friday, Thanksgiving. She knew even when she booked the thing that you were going to be out of town with family. No regard for any of the above. Just call. I'm never working with you again. What kind of, that's the piece where I for those who are watching, whatever capacity you find yourselves, because we all are consumers in one way or another, right? So even if you are a business owner, you're still a consumer. It just calls back to memory. We must be mindful that they're people too. They are people too. And even though you may feel very strongly about the experience you've had and that you want to voice that, just keeping that in mind can sometimes help to
definitely.
Kind of curtail what you would actually do if you were to put yourself in that other person's shoes. So
it's extremely hard because now I just would rather not rent.
That's what I was gonna say. You have to set boundaries around that kind of stuff. Like if Thanksgiving, that's the time you're having with your family.
That's right.
I'm not booking anything in those times
because I don't want my family's time to be interrupted, especially now if I'm in a somber mood.
Because it can throw off everything.
It did. It did. I was boarding the plane the next day, like.
There's. Yeah, man. Listen, I said this before. Like, no, real talk. Like, if I want a good evening, and there's a certain client, if that client's calling, I'm like, nope, give me that phone. Not today. I can't have that client calling today. No. I need a good evening. So no, that thing is real, and I this is very much part and parcel with the entrepreneur's journey and story and hustle and vibe and rhythm is. That client relation and those interactions, sometimes they can really pull you down. I mean, what was supposed to be a high functioning day.
Oh my God!
I need
shopping and leftover food. Now I'm basking in. I'm waiting on this 0-star review to come through. And I mean, just she called back. She called back to book again.
Really?
Did she leave the review?
No, she did not leave the review.
Okay.
She called back to book again, and I was like, no, ma'am. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
I can't.
You can't.
All money isn't good money.
Oh, come on.
Let's just be real.
That's the next t-shirt.
It's not.
So good.
It's not.
And I'm glad that you did that.
Yeah, I have to protect my peace. Yeah. And not only that, I'm not going to give you a second time to mistreat the business, right? We won't do that.
No, we're not doing that.
And yes, there were some things that we needed to correct on our end as far as putting the hands on items and stuff like that. My employee thought that she was doing something good.
She thought she was helping.
Yeah, let me just help her get out of here a little bit faster. Yeah, but let's not do that. So that was a lesson learned for us and her on that end. But it was also a lesson learned for me because now I can pick and choose who I choose to rent my facility out to.
You can. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That.
Oh my goodness.
That is so good.
I often say, especially Kanique knows that the client. There's a list somewhere in the house. We won't point to it.
I have a list.
But there's a list of those who will not be serviced again.
No.
But
here first.
Oh mercy.
With notes.
I just notes. I love the permission that is given in this space for entrepreneurs to say no.
I'm thankful because we don't have conversations like this. We always talk about the good, right? Yeah. But there's a lot of bad that comes with it too. But I can honestly say I've had more good than bad.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's what gives me the drive to continue to keep going, continue to further strengthen the business, grow legs, stand up straight with my head up, with my head held high, flat-footed, and just saying, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely
I love that.
not.
It's a no for me.
There's no other explanation.
That's right.
The answer is no.
It's no.
Next.
No. Next in line, please.
Please. I think that was a huge realization for us in business was that not every client is your client, number one. Number two, just like you said, all money ain't good money. But then number three, as consumers, you need to recognize that service providers can actually say no.
Yes.
I remember saying to a lady, I had just done a virtual event for her, so we produced the entire experience, and it on its face, those who were watching it went well, but behind the scenes,
it was a mess.
It was an absolute disaster.
Man.
And I remember saying to her, producers talk too. That was I said, my only message to you is that my community talks too.
That's right.
And she had to pause and think about what that meant. Because this is an event organizer who has an event 3 or 4 times a year, like once a quarter. And so she knew she couldn't come back to me.
That's right.
And I just said to her, we talk too.
Yep.
She sat with that thing like.
Yes, she did.
And I've had conversations with other web person like this one. Don't work
go.
with them.
That's right.
Don't.
And we do, as business owners, we talk to each other.
We do.
Yes, we
right?
do.
And we're like, oh no, don't. And they're like, really?
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just a certain code that we have. We might not necessarily just say bad things, but we might say,
You won't even, because I never said the full story.
No.
I just said, if you've got the time, then yes. But if you, I love you as a friend.
That's right.
So here you go.
Yeah.
We had somebody, a real estate broker on the couch recently, and she said the same. Even for couples and families and individuals looking for houses, there is a code in the real estate community where they're like, that one.
Alone. Leave it alone.
Don't know about that one.
Sucking of the teeth.
Yes. The Better Business Bureau and all these other things, 5 stars on Google reviews and all that stuff for businesses. Listen, clients, we have a code for you too.
That's right.
Call it our client facts.
That's right.
We have our client
Listen.
We know. That's right. That's right. I love it. Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah.
I
So
like that.
good.
No,
So
listen,
good.
client
I'm
facts, man.
telling
We need to
Oh
get
my
that
goodness.
coined and
Please.
copyrighted
I
and
know.
all that
Today,
stuff.
trademark it immediately.
No, there's a T-shirt that I think you would love just based on what you said earlier, and it says post-traumatic client disorder.
Oh my God, give it to
PTCD.
me now. Give it to me. I will wear it every day.
No, because
for real.
we're members of Chamber of Commerce, right, from Huntsville, and I think if I wear that shirt to the ambassador meeting,
my
people are gonna be like,
goodness.
"Sign me up!
That's
Pretty
crazy.
much.
I need that shirt."
real.
Yeah, well,
Oh
so
my
am I.
God.
So if I see you and I'm just newly installed back in April, but let me tell you something. We're all gonna get one.
Yes.
Because we're all going through it.
Yes.
For real.
Yes.
For real.
We
yes,
can't be the
and
only
yes.
ones.
No, we can't be. I'm certain of this. No, Tiffany, man, this has been phenomenal.
It has
Absolutely phenomenal. I've definitely felt, when you hear your pieces of your own story in someone else's story, it is validating.
Yeah.
It is validating.
It
like,
is.
okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
alone.
I'm not alone.
Right.
No, because that's a real question. How do you deal with the client that just is intent on giving you that bad review,
Yeah.
and then wants to come back?
Then she wanted to. It was the audacity
That's
for
the,
me,
that's
guys.
the piece
That's
that is
crazy.
like,
I can't even
You
believe
had a
that.
horrible time, but you want to come back?
no. No,
good day.
that's okay. That's okay.
We're
That's
booked.
it.
We're booked for
Listen,
every day.
if we don't end
Yeah,
it, we're gonna be
yeah.
chatting for 2 years. But I just want to say a word of thanks to you, man.
Thanks,
we
y'all.
absolutely listen. It sounded like you had like 20 million
I
more
know.
stories,
So
so
we're gonna have
we
to
might have to have
you
you.
back.
Not even might.
Yes.
We will definitely
Bring me
have you
back.
come back, and definitely want to showcase some more things that you got going on.
Thank y'all
So
for
just
having
take a second or two
Okay.
to talk about. You've got a couple of different things that you do. So any one of them that is like, hot button right now that you would
Oh.
love to share a little bit
All right.
about, just kind of to let the audience know they've got your handle on the screen.
Okay.
It might not even have anything to do with Studio 53.
Okay. All right.
But whatever you want to just take a second and just share that with the audience real quick.
I
And
will. So outside of Studio 53, I am the CEO, founder, creative director of the Women's Expo Huntsville.
Love it.
And that will happen. We've dropped our save the date for March 23rd of 2024. So I'm
Dope.
excited. It takes me about a year of planning to do that. I don't know how I do it, but
I
I
don't
do
know how
it.
you do it,
We
girl.
get it
Oh my
done.
Come on. It was
Amazing.
phenomenal, by the
Yeah.
way.
Well,
If you're in
thank
the
you.
if you're in the Huntsville area, it is
That's a must-go
It's
to
a
event.
must
Thanks,
go.
guys.
Yeah.
Planning for a 2-day for next year, and
That's
so
amazing.
hopefully more people can come
Yes,
and
I'll be there.
have some church
be
with us
there.
on that Sunday.
Yes.
So it'll be fun. We're hoping to have maybe about about 200 vendors this year. Well, coming up for next year.
That's phenomenal.
And more performances, trying to get, someone really good to be our keynote speaker and stuff like that. So we'll be good. We'll be good. I'm excited. I'm tired already for next year, but I'm excited about it. So yes, come and see us next year at the Von Braun Civic Center.
Absolutely. We're going to have you back to promo that again.
I appreciate it.
That's absolutely amazing. One of the things I love about entrepreneurs, and we're landing on this, is that you have so many ideas, but getting that first business off the ground, it kind of gives you the boldness to say, I wonder if I could do this.
That's right.
Let me see if I could do this.
That's right.
So put a 2 in the chat, even as we close it out. If you've one business, but you've got ideas for like several others, talk to us in the chat. Fam, it's always good to have these guests with us. But we want to say a word of thanks to Tiffany for being with us and being our guest today. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Man, I see those 2s in the chat. Yes.
That was good.
Several
good.
ideas,
Yes.
man. She's actually, her studios or her event space is dope, but she's actually moving into other areas as well.
Yes, she is.
One of the things I always find interesting that we did not point out in the interview, but I want to point out here is if you don't want to have to do what you're currently doing forever, you have got to train somebody else.
Yeah.
And
she touched on it a little bit,
that.
but that is so important.
She touched on the concept of training up and bringing someone along and
moving more into that managerial role.
Yes. Even for we went to the Fearless Fund a few weeks ago, and so one of the things that investors, venture capitalists look for in a business is that the primary leader has moved out of operations. Like they're no longer actually head down, hands on in the business. They are now outside of the business, helping to grow it and cultivate it. In fact, because
you've got to see if your business can be sellable.
Yeah.
Always got to have that in mind.
Stand on its own 2 legs. It is providing a service. It has a steady stream of clients. We have 2 friends actually who in the past few months have hired on CEOs for their businesses.
That's true.
And it's
that is true.
That's pretty dope.
That's amazing.
It's a whole different space that you're entering into. It's like, I needed to hire somebody on to replace me. I was like, that's awesome.
Really cool.
But this is the Incubators Couch, man. Sometimes we want to vent. We want to get something off our chest. And we're so excited that Tiffany Draper came through today and just shared that story.
And sometimes you just get some awesome ideas. Like I got some shirt ideas that we need to go and get made. Like
we need to go ahead and get on a good foot on that one. But no, talk to us in the chat, man. What are some of that's good? Is it sellable? Good. What are some of the takeaways that you came up with?
From this episode or from her story, like
from her story, from this episode.
From
this was absolutely awesome. Man, I just it can be, and if anybody is out there and you're watching this, maybe it's your first time coming and hanging out with us. We saw several of you.
Shout out to Carmelita Rice.
Shout out. We want to shout you out right now.
Yes.
Because you're a new follower on the Facebook page, and this is I think this is your first time coming through to hang out with us at Incubators Couch. We hope that you'll go back through and check out some of the other previous episodes, but. One of the things I always like to share is the reason why we created this space is for business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, whatever you want to call it, to have time to there it is. We love it. Let me add that comment to the screen. But to have time to be able to really hear from others who are at varying stages of their businesses. Some of the challenges that they've had with clients so that you recognize it's not abnormal.
Yes, true.
I think
true.
Tiffany actually said it.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. She said she works for me at the studio. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. That means you're in Huntsville. That means you're local. That means we gotta meet. But there's something I think, like I said, Tiffany said it in her lead-ins, like we need more spaces
Yes, we
where
do.
we can talk about these things. She is somebody who's very open and honest about operations and different things that she's learned along the way.
Yes.
Some businesses aren't as open, don't necessarily want to share as much. And I get that. I get that. There's a strategy behind that as well.
Yeah.
But we've just come to the conclusion that whatever we experienced has kind of been filtered through the hand of God for us to learn
Yes.
something.
So
And if
share.
we are learning something from it, we want you to learn something
Yeah.
from it as well. And so we want to share those experiences with you. Even when you hear us complaining and ranting and yelling at folk, we are still very much excited about being in business.
Yes, we are.
Laser focused on growing the business.
Yeah.
And we're just thanking God for every client that he sends our way, even the clientezillas.
Even the bad ones.
What have you come to teach me? Oh, mercy.
Pretty much, you have to walk away with that mentality every time. Like, what did this situation teach you?
Teach me.
And
That's it.
how can I grow from it? How can I change these different processes? How will I respond next
Absolutely.
time?
Absolutely.
So definitely it's a learning thing.
Yeah, fam. Listen, I see you. I see David said he's got to run. We appreciate you. But we're not going to
Yeah,
belabor
we're
the
wrapping
point,
it
man.
up.
We're wrapping it
man.
up.
We usually finish a little early before 8.
She
so.
said amen. Listen, I know we did our job if we get at least one amen in the chat. No, somebody said amen when she said all money ain't good money. Because I about did a lap on that one. I was about ready to do some backflips.
I don't want that money. You
Oh,
can keep
not
it.
all money.
You can keep it.
Not all
I don't want
money.
it.
Let me tell you something on this one. Not all money. Anyway, fam, we not going to belabor the point.
Yes.
There is no is a full sentence. Somebody needs to receive that.
Go away with that today.
No is a full sentence. And, you can say no. You can say no. This is the title of our show today. You can say no. And number 2, you can own your mistakes while still guarding your no.
Yes.
Right? Just because some mistakes were made on your side does not mean you now
have
need
to
to be
no.
accommodating
You
to all the
don't.
nonsense. No.
No.
It's a no to the accommodation. It's a no to the trash client. It's an acknowledgement that I can do things better for the next one.
Yep.
But that is a space that some of us are
That's
sometimes
setting some people free, man. You are free to say no. Do not feel any ways about it.
I know when
say
we
your
first
no,
started.
put it down, and walk away.
Walk
away.
You may need to practice that thing a couple of times.
In the mirror. No.
So that it feels normal,
Natural,
and
yes.
natural coming out of your mouth. No. And you don't need to feel,
Any
like I need
ways
to
about
qualify
it.
the
No.
no.
That's a good note to
Can
end
you
on.
Can you step aside? I need to get to the next client.
For real, though. For real.
Thank you.
By the way, let me get to the next one.
That's a really good place to land. Fam, we will see you guys in the next one. Incubators Couch is
Unscripted, vulnerable conversations with entrepreneurs and business owners just like you.
Oh, she got it. She got it.
Finally, after 20th episode.
Listen, fam, y'all be safe, and we'll see you next week. Later.